Deportation flights are ramping up as the Trump administration is cracking down on illegal immigration. This week, detained migrants were led onto military cargo planes taking off from El Paso, Texas. Some 14,000 migrants arrested since Trump took office. That's according to Border Czar Tom Homan, which is much lower, though, than Trump's goals of 1,200 to 1,500 daily arrests. Homan says it's better than the Biden administration, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
I'm not happy with the numbers because we got a lot of criminals to find. We got to increase the targeting production. So we're doing that now. We're increasing the targeting. We're increasing the teams out there in the field. And finally, I'll be honest with you, sanctuary cities are causing us a lot of work. And rather than arresting a bad guy in Rikers Island, we have to go to the neighborhood and find them, find people that don't want to be found.
We're going to go ahead and welcome to the program John Fabbricatore, retired ICE field director. Appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
So what are your initial reactions to Tom Homan's comments there that they need to be doing more? And sanctuary cities, he also says, are really partially to blame.
Sanctuary cities are definitely no help to this. So they're basically hiding people. So by keeping ICE agents out of these jails, ICE agents cannot go in and take custody of criminal illegal aliens that are already in custody. Now they've got to go into the community and make arrests in the community. That takes a lot of time and a lot of manpower and just isn't as safe.
All right, and next month, Denver Mayor Mike Johnson is going to be one of 4 sanctuary city mayors to testify in front of the House Oversight Committee on the impact of city policies and public safety. We did talk to Republican Congressman Jeff Crank of Colorado. Let's take a listen to that, and I'll let you react.
Despite what they say, the state of Colorado and the city of Denver have been sanctuary states and city, and it's been shameful what they've done. They have not worked with federal law enforcement. In fact, they've done everything they can to subvert them over the past several years. Now, all of a sudden, they're looking at polling and they're seeing that it's wildly popular to do some of these deportations of criminal elements in our community. That's who's being deported at the moment.
So how does this all play out? Should cities like Denver comply with federal operations despite being sanctuary cities?
They really should. Look, the bottom line is sanctuary jurisdictions do not keep citizens safe. They only keep criminal illegal aliens safe. It's because of sanctuary jurisdiction that we've had gangs like Tren de Aragua build a foundation in the United States. They started in many of these sanctuary cities because they knew that the local law enforcement would not work with ICE.
Well, Trump's Department of Justice is now targeting New York in a new lawsuit over its sanctuary city policies. All this comes after the DOJ already filed a lawsuit against Illinois. Do you expect to see even more of this? Is this just sort of the beginning?
I do think we're going to see a lot more of it. I think AG Bondi is going to be out there. She's going to be looking at some of those cities, seeing if they are violating the law, and she will hold them to task for it.
Well, the city of Aurora in Colorado, we've seen that video played over and over where those TDA, Tren de Aragua gang members were just horrifying the people that were living there. They've got these raids going on, though, that are actually targeting this TDA, Tren de Aragua gang, and officials say the operation was initially delayed because information was leaked. So who's leaking this information? Are there any concerns that nonviolent criminals could be getting caught up in this? Is that what's going on? Is that why these leaks are happening? Where are they coming from?
Well, you know, Tom Homan knows where the leaks are coming from. He said he knows, you know, and I expect that to come out here shortly. But these leaks are dangerous. They're dangerous for ICE agents. And who's ever doing the leaking should be arrested. They are putting people in harm's way, especially ICE agents. And yes, some collaterals will be arrested as ICE is out on the street making these arrests. But if you're in the United States illegally, you broke the law.
All right, well, we are seeing protests against Trump's immigration crackdown erupt across the country. Of course, everybody is not on board with this. They were not happy even when he campaigned the first time about building a wall and Mexico was going to pay for it. So what's your response to those who say these measures are inciting fear in immigrant communities or opening the door to prejudice?
It shouldn't be inciting fear in immigrant communities because immigrants are here legally. If you're fearful of ICE, you're fearful because you entered the country illegally and you can be deported. You know, if you're a criminal illegal alien, you should be worried about ICE. If you entered the country illegally, you should be worried about ICE. Immigrants who are here lawfully and legally should not be worried about ICE.
But they are, you know. I mean, truthfully, some are, and the anxiety is very real. They're concerned. They feel like they might need to walk around and carry their papers. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.